Miles Halter is sick of his ordinary life, so he goes away to boarding school to start a new adventure, to seek the great perhaps. There awaits his new, interesting friends and the secrets and the baggage that come along with them. He starts breaking the rules, and that quickly becomes the norm for him. He meets Alaska Young, who turns out to be a little bit more trouble than she initially seemed to be, leaving questions unanswered and secrets to unveil. Looking for Alaska by John Green. We didn't have sex. We never got naked. I never touched her bare breast, and her hands never got lower than my hips. It didn't matter. As we slept, I whispered, "I love you, Alaska Young." Just as I was falling asleep, the Colonel spoke. "Dude, did you make out with Alaska?" "Yeah." "This is going to end poorly," he whispered to himself. And then I was asleep. That deep, can still taste her in my mouth sleep. That sleep that's not particularly restful, but's difficult to wake from all the same. And then I heard the phone ring. I think. And I think, although I can't know, that I felt Alaska get up. I think I heard her leave. I think. How long she was gone is impossible to know. But the Colonel and I both woke up when she returned because she slammed the door. She was sobbing like that post-Thanksgiving morning, but worse. "I have to get out of here," she cried. "What's wrong?" I said. "I forgot. God, how many times can I fuck up?" she said. I didn't even have time to wonder what she forgot before she screamed, "I just have to go! Help me get out of here!" "Where do you need to go?" She sat down and put her head between her legs, sobbing. "Just please distract the eagle for me, so I can go, please." The Colonel and I, at the same moment, equal in our guilt, said, "Okay." "Just don't turn on your lights," the Colonel said. "Just drive slow and don't turn on your lights. Are you sure you're okay?" "Fuck," she said. "Just get rid of the eagle for me." Her sobs were childlike, half screams. "God, oh God, I'm so sorry." "Okay," the Colonel said. "Just start your car when you hear the second string." We left. We did not say, "Don't drive, you're drunk." We did not say, "We aren't letting you in that car when you're so upset." We did not say, "We insist on going with you." We did not say, "This can wait until tomorrow." Anything, everything can wait. We walked to our bathroom, grabbed the 3 strings of leftover firecrackers from beneath the sink, and ran to the Eagles. We weren't sure that this would work again, but it worked well enough. The eagle tore out of his house as soon as the first string of firecrackers started popping. He was waiting for us, I suppose, and we headed for the woods and got him in deeply enough that he never even heard her drive away. The Colonel and I doubled back, wading through the creek to save time, slipped in through the back window of room 43, and slept like babies. The Colonel slept the not restful sleep of the drunk, and I lay on my back on the bottom bunk, my mouth tingling and alive, as if still kissing. And we would have likely slept through our morning classes if it weren't for the eagle, who had awoken us at 8 o'clock with 3 quick knocks. I rolled over as he opened the door, and the morning light rushed into the room. "I need y'all to go to the gym." I squinted toward him, and the eagle himself backlit into invisibility by the too bright sun. "Now," he added, and I knew it. We were done for. Caught. Too many progress reports, too much drinking in too little time. Why did they have to drink last night? And then I could taste her again. The wine, and the cigarette smoke, and the chapstick, and Alaska. And I wondered if she had kissed me because she was drunk. "Don't expel me," I said. "Don't. I've just only begun to kiss her." And as if answering my prayers, the eagle said, "You're not in trouble, but you need to go to the gym now." I heard the Colonel rolling over above me. "What's wrong?" "Something terrible has happened," the eagle said, and then closed the door. As he grabbed a pair of jeans lying on the floor, the Colonel said, "This happened a couple years ago when Hyde's wife died. I guess it's the old man himself now. Poor bastard really didn't have many breaths left." He looked up at me, his eyes half open, bloodshot, and he yawned. "You look a little hungover," I said. He closed his eyes. "Well then, I'm putting up a good front, Pudge, 'cause I'm actually a lot hungover." I kissed Alaska. "Yeah, I wasn't that drunk. Let's go." We walked across the dorm circle to the gym. I sported baggy jeans, a sweatshirt with no shirt underneath, and a bad case of bedhead. All the teachers were in the dorm circle knocking on doors, but I didn't see Dr. Hyde. I imagined him lying dead in his house, wondered who had found him before they showed up for class. "I don't see Dr. Hyde," I told the colonel. Poor bastard. The gym was half full by the time we arrived. A podium had been set up in the middle of the basketball court, close to the bleachers. I sat in the second row, with the colonel directly in front of me. My thoughts were split between sadness for Dr. Hyde and excitement about Alaska. Remembering the up-close sight of her mouth whispering, "To be continued?" And it did not occur to me, not even when Dr. Hyde shuffled into the gym, taking tiny, slow steps toward the colonel and me. I tapped the colonel on the shoulder and said, "Hyde's here." And the colonel said, "Oh, shit." And I said, "What?" And he said, "Where's Alaska?" And I said, "No." And he said, "Pudge, is she here or not?" And then we both stood up and scanned the faces in the gym. The eagle walked up to the podium and said, "Is everyone here?" "No," I said to him, "Alaska isn't here." The eagle looked down. "Is everyone else here?" "Alaska isn't here." "Okay, Miles. Thank you." "We can't start without Alaska." The eagle looked at me. He was crying, noiselessly. Tears just rolled from his eyes to his chin and then fell onto his corduroy pants. He stared at me, but it was not the look of doom. His eyes blinking the tears down his face, and the eagle looked for all the world sorry. "Please, sir, can we please wait for Alaska?" I felt all of them staring at us, trying to understand what I now knew, but didn't quite believe. The eagle looked down and bit his lower lip. "Last night, Alaska Young was in a terrible accident." His tears came faster then. "And she was killed. Alaska has passed away." For a moment, everyone in the gym was silent, and the place had never been so quiet, not even in the moments before the colonel ridiculed opponents at the free throw stripe. I stared down at the back of the colonel's head. I just stared, looking at his thick and bushy hair. For a moment, it was so quiet that you could hear the sound of not breathing, the vacuum created by 190 students shocked out of air. I thought, it's all my fault. I thought, I don't feel very good. I thought, I'm going to throw up. I stood up and ran outside. I made it to a trash can right outside the gym, 5 feet from the double doors, and heaved toward Gatorade bottles and half-eaten McDonald's. But nothing much came out. I just heaved, my stomach muscles tightening and my throat opening in a gasping, guttural bleh, going through the motions of vomiting over and over again. In between gags and coughs, I sucked air in, hard. Her mouth, her dead, cold mouth, to not be continued. I knew she was drunk, upset. Obviously you don't let someone drive drunk and pissed off. Obviously. And Christ, Miles, what the hell is wrong with you? And then comes the puke, finally splashing into the trash, and here is whatever I had left of her in my mouth, here, in this trash can. And then it comes again, and more, and then... Okay, calm down. Okay, seriously, she's not dead. She's not dead. She's alive. She's alive somewhere. She's in the woods. Alaska is hiding in the woods, and she's not dead. She's just hiding. She's just playing a trick on us. This is just an Alaska Young prank extraordinaire. It's Alaska being Alaska. Funny and playful and not knowing when or how to put on the brakes. And then I felt much better. Because she had not died at all. I walked back into the gym and everyone seemed to be in various stages of disintegration. On TV, like a National Geographic special on funeral rituals. I saw Takumi standing over Laura, his hands on her shoulders. I saw Kevin with his crew cut, his head buried between his knees. A girl named Molly Tan, who had studied with us for pre-calc, wailed, beating bald fists against her thighs. All these people I sort of knew and sort of didn't. And then all of them were disintegrating. And then I saw the colonel, his knees tucked into his chest, lying on his side on the bleachers, Madame O'Malley next to him, reaching toward his shoulder but not really touching it. The colonel was screaming. He would inhale, then scream, inhale, scream, inhale, scream. I thought at first that it was only yelling, but after a few breaths I noticed a rhythm, and after a few more I realized the Colonel was saying words. He was screaming, "I'm so sorry."